All right, now to the Oscars and the slap heard across the world.
Oh, wow. Wow.
All right, actor Will Smith slapped comedian Chris Rock during the live Oscars broadcast, and it all started when Rock joked about Smith's wife, Jada's shaved head. The actress shaved her head after losing her hair to alopecia. Take a look at what happened after the slap, and this is what aired on some international channels.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
All right, and joining us live tonight to talk about what happened is Martin Anaya, and he's the executive director of the California Film Foundation. Martin, thank you so much for joining us. And you were actually in the audience live last night watching the Oscars, and you got to see that initial reaction from the audience when this actually happened. And we know that all over social media, it sparked so many conversations, including conversations about hair, alopecia, Black women, the impact in the Black community. But really what I want to ask you is, can you give us some insight on what industry professionals are saying about this?
Well, yeah, thanks for having me, Alex. You know, I'm still down here, and all day my phone has been ringing off the hook with some of my producer friends and director friends, and some of the folks, you know, the Black folks in the community who have expressed some concerns about what this might mean and what it might mean now that you know, so many people have seen what's happened yesterday, and I think that there's a good deal of concern out there right now.
Conversation that needs to be had about masculinity and protecting family. What did you mean by that?
Well, you know, as I've been digesting this and talking with some of my industry friends, it's pretty clear that this wasn't just about that joke. That this was something that was deeper, and that what we probably will have no idea about. I think perhaps there are some concerns, and there are some deep-seated stresses, and I can only imagine what it's like. I know what it's like in my position, what kind of stresses I have, and you can certainly, you know, in the entertainment industry, in the television industry, we have an idea of maybe what somebody like Will Smith is going through. But I think my hope is that this will open up some opportunities to discuss some of these stresses that entertainers have and that they're confronted with every single day, so that maybe in the future something like this could be avoided.
And another question being talked about is, did his actions overshadow his win? Again, there's a lot of conversation that this may have stole the show, not just for those who are in front of the camera, but also behind the scenes and the people who worked so hard to put on this major production.
Yeah, and I think, you know, again, the concern is not just for Will, right, but for other people. Is this going to set us back? Is this going to set, you know, I'm a Latino filmmaker. Is this going to set minorities, Latinos back? I think that this, personally, my view of it is it's a tempest in a teapot. I think that, you know, we'll get past this. We'll go on to the next thing. But my hope is, again, that we have some long-term, some healing, and that folks can understand better about what these stresses are all about, and where they come from, and the proper way to deal with them. Obviously, we don't want to teach our kids to get up there and slap people every time they've been offended, or every time they feel that their wife's honor has been offended. What is the appropriate way to deal with this, and how do we kind of like see into the future in terms of how this can get better? And my hope is that there will be some healing as a result of this, and maybe some growth for all of us.
All right, Martin, thank you so much for your perspective, and we hope you have a safe trip all the way back up here to Sacramento because it's raining.